Hey, brothers and sisters, I came across an article the other day about Essence having an editor get caught making racist uh, statements on Facebook. And I'm not shocked, but I'm shocked that black people don't ask or question when black publications or black businesses or just anything that's owned by black people are sold, who's buying it and who's working for it. I want to read this real quick. And excuse me right now. I got a bit of a head cold, and excuse me if I butcher some names. Michael Bullerdick, Essence managing editor, is resigned after racist Facebook comments. Michael Bullerdick has resigned from his post as managing editor at Essence magazine and has accepted a position in another division, reported to Media Bistro. The abrupt resignation comes in the wake of Bullerdick's right-wing and racist Facebook comments being exposed to the publication. Although Bullerdick's Facebook page is private, a reader or presumably a friend took screenshots of his page, which was riddled with racist comments, and sent them to the website Journalism. According to NewsOne.com, on one page, Bullerdick, who is a white man, called civil rights leader Al Sharpton a race pimp, goes after President Obama as a radical, touts videos by the late Andrew Breitbart, may he rest in hell, who was responsible for getting former USDA official Shirley Sherrod fired, and attacks Attorney General Eric Holder. Let's not forget, he went after set up Acorn as well. The screenshots containing these extreme views were mailed to email to Essence on Friday by Journalism's with the following message. Essence readers would be shocked to find out that Bullerdick, who was under the prodding of Time, has become the first white male editor at the magazine last year, openly espoused extremist right-wing views that run counter to what Essence had historically stood for. In response, Constance P. White, Essence editor-in-chief, released the following statement. As editor-in-chief, I'm responsible for all editorial content for Essence. I hired Michael to manage the publication schedule for Essence. As head of production, he does not attend editorial ideal meetings, nor does he get involved with editorial direction of the magazine. That's bullshit. Whether that's true or not, Bullerdick comments clearly struck a no-nonsense chord, and it was shortly after White's statement, an Essence spokesman confirmed that by mutual agreement, Michael had accepted a position in another division. We assume this division is completely detached from Essence brand and lies somewhere within Time deep portfolio. However, no details have been released. This isn't the first time Essence had to fight a racial firestorm. It's been almost 2 years now that Elena Placas, the black publication's first white fashion director, was hired. Despite the initial outrage that a black person was not offered a job, Placas still holds a position. The current uproar surrounding Bullerdick's resignation might shine a singeing spotlight back on Placas, who in fact does have effect on editorial content. Now, this is why I say that we need to own control our dollar in our business and run our businesses. And I prefer if blacks stop supporting black-owned business, that the company quietly just goes away. And people keep a historical record of it. Last year I was on the radio. Matter of fact, last March, if I'm not mistaken, February or March, I was on the radio. I had called in WVON. It was talking about Ebony, being put up for sale because, people go on the internet, and a lot of people don't read anymore. A lot of people got their phones. A lot of people like to do things that way, which me personally, it's nothing like holding a magazine and book in your hand. But anyways, they was talking about Ebony going up for sale. And I called, and they said, rumor has it Magic Johnson was in talks to buy it. And I think it didn't go through. I think another company bought controlling interest in it. But I was saying that I think that I'd rather black businesses who can't make it anymore either disappear together. And people say, well, that's kind of extreme. I said, no. Why would you want white people to get a hold of our intellectual properties like Motown, BET, things of that nature, and have a direct effect on it? I mean, look what happened to Motown. Ever since Berry Gordy sold Motown doesn't hold that mystique. People are still going back to the 1960s. People don't talk about Motown during the 70s or 80s anymore. People don't go ooh on our Motown. I mean, at one time Motown was like the place to be. But once Berry Gordy sold it and these major corporations came in, and became watered down. And then our music became watered down. And then everybody started copying our style. Look at BET. Back when BET was in the 80s and 90s, we had shows that were directed to teens or to our issues, that spoke seriously about our issues. We had news on our show on BET. Now we got nothing but cooning and buffooning. So you have to ask yourself, is it better for us to allow somebody to come in and buy our product? And I mean no disrespect to those white men and white women who mean well, but they don't have a vested interest in our stuff like we do. This is and then this made me start thinking about when that Japanese psychiatrist last year said the black women are not appealing and whatnot. Why would you, as a black person who's supposed to be running this company or supposed to be editor, hire a white man or a white woman to come in and be editor over a magazine that's supposed to directly have interactions with the black community, especially black women? Now, I ain't gonna lie, every now and then I pick up essays and pick up, article, if I see an article on a celebrity or an article that pops out, but I usually pick up Ebony. I try to support the publications that's supposed to have a black presence. But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's getting harder and harder. Do I want to see Essence and Ebony fade into the history books? No, not really. But if you can't maintain that company, I'd rather it not be sold to a white or Asian or a Jewish entity, because they don't give a damn. Look what happened to rap. Look what happened to rap. At one time, rap was conscious and party. It was a bit of both. Then, right around the late 80s, when they realized brothers and sisters were getting political and putting messages in that, they couldn't have that shit. So they went out here and feigned a little outrage to Luther Campbell and NWA, but then they was plotting in back. They was plotting like, we got to get our hands on it. And this is what you get, this idiot rap. I don't call it gangster, I call it idiot rap. Out here calling women bitches, calling men pimps and thugs and everything. Look what happened. Every time somebody outside our community get a hold of something or have access to our product or something we've created, it's become watered down and become a laughing stock. People forget what R&B was. Now you got Justin Bieber and your Selena Gomez's and your Miley Cyrus's and your Christina Aguilera's and your Britney Spears and your Justin Timberlakes out here trying to sound and sing like us. And it just because we sold ourselves out to the highest. Look at Russell Simmons. He sold his company. Now, a lot of people say, if somebody come offer you so many millions of billions, you should sell it. No, because if somebody's coming to offer to buy your company, that means they perceive it as a threat, or they can see adding that money to their portfolio. Think about it. White Castle, family-owned company, been around 90-something, 100-something years. They ain't selling it anytime soon, because they say they want to keep it in the family. Here it is. We got enough black millionaires out here, entrepreneurs, sit there and say, you know what? We got all our legacies are disappearing. Black colleges are starting to close up, disappear. It was black banks at one time across the country, black grocery stores, and what have we done? As black people, we keep talking about we want a revolution. We got to support one another, but we don't support the business that we do have. We don't question who's making the decision. I mean, think about it. You hire a white man to sit here and give beauty advice or be an editor at a magazine directed towards black women. Don't you find that kind of ironic? You think they're gonna think a white magazine is gonna hire me as a black man to go in and give editorial content or make decisions about a magazine directed towards white women? Ain't gonna happen. Hell, they won't even let a black woman go in and do it unless she has a certain mindset. See, this is our problem with us, brothers and sisters. We figure if we can't do it, we might as well let somebody else do it. And I think that's the rub. This is why women, men, and children are so confused, because we don't have anything to say, look, this is our legacy. This is what we created. All we can go back on what happened in the 1970s, 1960s, 1950s, 1940s. the 1980s and 90s and even into the new millennium, we don't have nothing to go around and say, hey, son, daughter, wife, husband, brother, sister, cousin, grandparent, mother, father. This is our legacy. I don't begrudge anybody who want to sit back and admire our products or our intellectual properties. But damn, when you hire men and women who have a history or been a powerful group, have a history that have exploited us, have mocked us, why are we shocked? This guy brought up Reverend Sharpton being a race pimp or whatever let me go back and look. Let me get it correct. I don't know, nobody say I'm making up shit. A race pimp. First of all, he's saying that race. He's a race pimp, saying that somehow he's selling black people out or he's making up racial incidents. Reverend Sharpton has been out there calling out racism and stuff. And when white folks start saying that in a large number, or politicians or writers, now every average blue collar white man and white women started saying, now black people start using that term, which is not fair. Then he said President Obama is a radical. President Obama a radical? Wow. Then he started praising Andrew Breitbart, so you know where his mindset is at. This is St. Andrew Breitbart, who went after Shirley Sherrod, who's gone after Eric Holder, talked about Van Jones, who set up and lied on Acorn. Then you had the sister, I'm assuming this is a sister, Constance P. White, Essence editor-in-chief, said that he just managed the production schedule for Essence. That still got a lot of control. Whether that's all he did, which I highly doubt it. He's an editor. He should have the title production scheduling manager or not editor. He sits on editorial board meetings. Come on, don't buy that shit, people. But it's sad that our people have gotten to this point where we like to see our stuff out there. We don't care who runs it, who's editing. This is why I say we need to start questioning who's putting out rap music, who's behind the scenes. Instead of attacking the rappers, go after the managers, go after the companies. Same thing with the images on television. Who's writing what? Who's producing what? Who's their backers? And black women should really be mad about this one. You have a white man working for a company, a magazine is dedicated to black women, and he's out here putting racist shit on Facebook. And I guarantee there's a lot more on that. You just don't put shit out there about President Obama and Al Sharpton without having the history of it. Brothers and sisters, we gotta control our dollar and we gotta control our product or our property, our intellectual property, or we're gonna lose everything.